From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
And right now on the Afternoon Edition, we're following breaking news out of Contra Costa County. People are being ordered to shelter in place in parts of El Cerrito and Kensington after a gas leak. Police issued the alert just after 9 o'clock this morning. Our chopper was over the scene as crews are working to prepare that break. And here's a look at the area's impact. The El Cerrito Fire Department now urging residents to go inside, close all windows and doors, and say not to call 911 unless there is a life-threatening emergency. Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Yamamoto. We're also following breaking news out of Alameda County. Parts of eastbound lanes at 580 in Oakland at Beaumont Avenue near Fruitvale, they are shut down after this major traffic accident. Our chopper was over the scene about a half hour ago. That crash involved at least 2 cars with one vehicle catching fire that also spread to the vegetation. Crews used the jaws of life to rescue one person trapped inside that white car. In all, 2 people were taken to the hospital, 1 in critical condition. Drivers being urged to avoid that area. No word on what caused the crash. We're going to stay on top of this story. We'll have an update in our afternoon shows. And this afternoon, the city of Oakland considering new measures to combat crime. In a couple of hours, city council members will discuss a public safety resolution aimed at improving the city's response to crime. It calls for a handful of changes, including an increase in 911 dispatcher staff to reduce wait times. And according to OPD's latest crime report, crime in the city has increased about 28% from last year. Over the past couple of days, 2 Oakland residents were shot inside their homes. One of them was a wife and mother of 2 who did not survive. The other is in the hospital in critical condition. This all comes as the search for the Oakland's next top cop takes a dramatic turn. Former Police Chief LaRon Armstrong says a new report from a judge who heard his appeal vindicates his claim that he was wrongly terminated.
At a very high level, that report concludes that, number 1, the chief never should have been disciplined. There's no factual basis for the discipline that was issued. It's recommended that that discipline be reversed.
Attorney Will Edelman talking about a report that we have not seen for ourselves. It reportedly concludes that many of the complaints about Armstrong lack supporting evidence. So why can't that report be made public? Well, all sides say it's because the report contains private information about other city employees. Armstrong says he's read it and says it is a vindication.
I think the people of Oakland deserves to know that the son of the city did not violate them, did not undermine their trust, that I am who I said I was, committed to the city of Oakland, someone who was doing the job the right way. And regardless of the mayor's decision, I felt like my reputation was important to restore.
We've requested reaction from Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao. She declined our request for an interview, but issued a statement saying Armstrong was fired because of the statements he made about an officer's unreported hit-and-run incident. So what exactly happens next? Well, the police commission seems to think that Armstrong should get his job back. In a meeting held by the commission last night, some residents say they're in agreement too. The new report can't force the chief's reinstatement. However, the police commission chair said that since the chief shouldn't have been fired to begin with, for next meeting's agenda, a consideration will be discussed on whether the body should recommend to the mayor that Armstrong should be reinstated or be placed on a short list of candidates. One council member and lifelong Oakland resident tells us the mayor made a mistake firing Armstrong.
In the very beginning, I thought it was the wrong decision. But, you know, the federal monitor was all over it, and she took his advice.
Residents who are not in support of Armstrong say bringing him back will just result in the same outcomes they've seen in the past 10 years. And a note, the report does not recommend the parties discuss ways in which the dispute could be resolved in negotiations. Switching gears, the CDC has signed off on an updated COVID vaccine. Now, almost all CVS pharmacies in the Bay Area are offering the latest shot. And health experts say people 65 years and older who are immunocompromised should get the new shot. It's available to people 6 months and older. And John Chitness on how important this new vaccine is for some residents.
Juliana got the latest COVID shot before anyone else at this CVS in Walnut Creek as the pharmacy starts a new week ready to give out more of the vaccine.
Good. I always like being first.
More than 3 years since the start of the pandemic and multiple boosters to the original vaccine, medical experts are encouraging people to look at this version of the vaccine like the flu shot, something you should get every year.
It's still very prominent. COVID-19 is still very prominent in the U.S.
The vaccine targets the latest strains of COVID-19 that are causing most infections across the country. Juliana says she's noticed plenty of people around her getting COVID.
Everyone's getting exposed lately, neighbors, friends, so instead of delaying it, just come on in and get the new launch out.
So for the sake of others, she wants to do what she can to keep it from infecting the most vulnerable in her life.
Just more concerned about not spreading it to elderly relatives and such, and being more careful going in public spaces.
And CVS recommends making appointments for the vaccine online, but walk-ins are, of course, welcome. And according to the CDC, it is safe to get a COVID and flu shot during the same visit. And this afternoon, we're still seeing the devastating impacts the pandemic had on the Latino community who bore the brunt of COVID-19 right here in the Bay Area. A new report card is now out on how the community is doing, and as Lem Ramirez reports, it shows Latinos are still suffering from setbacks in education, financial stability, health, and housing.
Eva Heredia has a good full-time job with benefits.
Bueno.
She works at a charter high school in East San Jose.
This is KIP, Navigate College Prep, and my work here is helping parents, providing information about the school.
She started as a parent volunteer and was so good at supporting Spanish-speaking students and their parents that she was offered a job. But with her oldest daughter, Esperanza, entering UC Irvine this fall, and her younger daughter, Gabby, also college-bound, she worries if her family can pay for college and still keep a roof over their heads in Silicon Valley.
University is very expensive, but I don't want to, tell my daughter no, because we don't have the money and the possibilities to afford.
Their struggles are a common theme for Latino families in Silicon Valley, but it gets even worse for most. According to the new Latino report card from the Hispanic Foundation of Silicon Valley, Latinos are falling even farther behind non-Latinos in financial stability, housing, health, and education.
If this was my report card, I'd hide it from my parents.
Former San Jose Mayor Ron Gonzalez is the CEO of the Hispanic Foundation of Silicon Valley and says the report card, mostly D's and C's, provides proof of how crippling the pandemic was for Latinos in Santa Clara and San Mateo counties.
This is the first report card we've done since the pandemic, and it is very clear from the data that the pandemic was disastrous and catastrophic for our community.
The report shows that third grade reading and eighth grade math proficiency dropped significantly among Latino students since the last report card in 2018. It also shows that more than half of all Latino families reported technology barriers to education during the COVID shutdown, compared to about a third of non-Latinos. Latinos also reported higher numbers of COVID-related isolation and work stress. And the numbers of Latinos who reported having to go without food, health care, and housing doubled since 2018 and were more than 2 times higher than non-Latinos.
It's important because it basically says this is the state of affairs. This is the level of quality of life for almost 30% of our general population for Santa Clara and San Mateo counties.
There was some better news on Latino incomes. Latino households earning more than $100,000 a year rose by 35%. But even that can be a trade-off. Eva got a salary upgrade when she left her minimum wage job at a shoe store to work for the school a couple of years ago, and her husband works for VTA. Now their combined incomes disqualify them for college financial aid.
I feel that we go one step up, but something is pulling out. So which is, for us, the economy is hard,
But Eva and her husband don't plan to leave San Jose. And despite the area's bad report card for Latinos, they say there are good job and educational opportunities here, and to them that's worth the hard work and the sacrifice of staying.
And the family plans to take out loans to pay for their daughter's tuition, but Eva recently earned her GED, now plans to get a college degree. Happening tonight, a concert to benefit farm workers facing financial troubles in the aftermath of the Half Moon Bay mass shootings and severe weather. The horrific deadly mass shooting earlier this year exposed living conditions for farm workers, and heavy rain from winter storms left farms flooded across California. Well, tonight at 7, the nonprofit Earth to Table will host a benefit concert at the Guild Theater in Menlo Park.